If I could be like that, well, I would give anything.
Hey everybody, I'm Scotty J. Welcome back to Rock Titan Live. We have got an amazing show for you today, as always. But this next guest, we actually caught up with him a couple years ago at Live Nation's National Concert Day when he was getting ready to head out on a Rock and Roll Express tour with his band and Collective Soul. We had a very good time. But right now, he's actually supposed to be out on tour celebrating the 20th anniversary for The Better Life. I can't even believe it's been that long. But ladies and gentlemen, by now you know I'm talking to Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down. How are you, Brad?
I'm great, man. How are you?
Doing all right, doing all right. It is an absolute pleasure having you here. And thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. So, like I just said, man, you guys were supposed to be out there celebrating the 20th anniversary of your debut album. That's crazy.
I know, man. It's hard to believe it's been 20 years. And we were really, really, really looking forward to that tour. But, obviously everything got shut down. But hopefully, God willing, we just get to take everything from this year and just set it 1 year over to next year. And we'll just celebrate its 21st birthday rather than its 20th.
There you go. But you have made the most of this time, as has one of your partners in your band, Mr. Greg Upchurch, who we had on not too long ago. And, oh man, that dude, I had no idea he could play all of the instruments and sing and write songs. But of course, you already knew this, didn't you?
You know what? He's been in my band for 13, 14 years now. And that's the first time I've ever heard him sing like that. He put that song out and I was like, dude, I said, you've been sitting back there, because I'm a firm believer in the more people, if in fact they can sing, I'm a firm believer in the more people singing on stage, the better, And I was like, dude, I didn't know you could sing this whole time. Been back there because drummers can sing. I used to be our drummer and singer when we was a local band. And so if I can do it, Greg's way better of a drummer than I am. And so he can. I was like, guess what, buddy? You just earned a microphone next door.
That's exactly what I told Greg. I'm like, dude, when Brad hears this, if he hasn't heard it already, you are going to have to be busting out the vocal chops. There's no avoiding it, man. I thought he did great with Skin to Skin. And of course, that was all inspired by the quarantine. And you have Wicked Man that also was inspired by this quarantine. But this is like your first debut this is your debut solo effort. Is that right?
It is, man. I wrote songs that are kind of, I can't really determine what kind of song I write. I write kind of songs that are all over the place. But Greg had sent me this music, the guitar part to this song, that he just recorded on his phone a couple of months ago, or by now it's been maybe 3 or 4 months ago. But he sent me that guitar part, and it got in my head, and little parts just kind of started snowballing a little bit, and just seeing everything in the world around us. That song, those words just kind of evolved and came by themselves, and that's to me the best way for songs to happen. But this song does mean a lot to me, and I think it means a lot to a lot of people. A lot of people can at least identify with it, and looking around us right now, and and traveling around for so long and meeting so many people. I learned over the years that people are inherently good people, and people don't have it in them to be out doing the things that's going on right now unless they're being poked or prodded, or at least encouraged to by something behind the scenes. And I think we can all agree on that there's some powers at play behind the curtain, if you will. And kind of, that's what this song is talking about. It's just kind of taking all those things and personifying them into a wicked man,
Right
because
on,
there's definitely a villain in the world, and we have to at least acknowledge the fact that indeed there's always a villain in every story,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree with you. There are puppet masters out there pulling the strings, ones that we don't even know about. I mean, they got more money than God. They're out there doing whatever, and they're sparking all this craziness for whatever reason. And of course, Wicked Men, like you said, captures all of that. But Brad, I'm floored here, man. I'm really, really floored, because I don't know why it took you so long to do a solo effort. Now, of course, you've got Three Doors Down. All right.
Yeah,
And you're awesome. You guys have been amazing. You guys have been very, very commercially successful.
we've been blessed.
You have, but you've earned every bit of it. But that
Yeah, we
be
worked our butts off.
you did, you have. But like, man, I mean, you've got this voice, where it's funny as I was, kind of thinking about it in my mind. And rock and roll is at your heart and soul. I know this. I know this. So everybody, I'm not trying to insinuate anything right now. I'm just thinking to myself, Brad Arnold, if he wanted to embark on a solo, country music career, if he wanted to be like a country music rock star, with the cowboy hat on, dude, I swear to God, I think you'd be like one of the biggest names in the history of country music. Have you ever heard that before?
Man, the thing is I can probably, in my head, I probably know the lyrics. I've just always just sang songs, mate. And I bet I know the lyrics, every lyric to probably 400 songs. And I guarantee you 300 of them are country songs.
I don't know if it's the Southern thing or what, but man,
yeah, well, man, I just grew up listening to country music, and I love country. I live in Nashville, or I live in Murfreesboro. I live about 30 miles from Nashville, and
okay.
so I would like to, man, but I wrote some country songs and stuff, but right now I don't think there's really a place for the type of songs that I write, maybe. But that's the thing also, is another reason that I haven't done something like that is because I just write such random songs, man. They don't necessarily, like, because I just write around here. I can't really sit down and like just write a song. I just write one when it comes to me. I try, I mean, I think of it as just an honest way of writing, just writing truly as an expression.
Right.
And whatever that expression is. And, I don't think we necessarily express ourselves in a genre, or I don't, at least. I think I have a schizophrenic songwriting habit but I just, if I write songs, but they're kind of like all over the place sometimes. And I just had to make like a random record, just all kind of crazy stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's just being an artist. But anyway, I didn't mean to deviate too much and go off on a tangent as I do. But
That's okay.
everyone that knows me on Rock Titan Live, I am the host with ADHD, and that is what it is. But
well, I'm the guest with it today. I'm just as bad, man.
Yeah. But so Wicked Man, this is a single that you put out, but is this going to be part of a bigger release? Do you actually have more songs that you've written for this solo effort?
Not at the moment, I don't.
Okay.
But since Greg and I have done that one, we haven't done it every week. But he's been out because those guys, they live kind of northeast of Nashville, and I live about southeast, so we live about an hour apart. We recorded it up in Hendersonville up there.
Okay.
But he's been coming out to my farm, and we've been coming out here writing every week, and it's been fun. Greg's a great musician because I like writing with Greg. It's a different take on writing, but it's a hard thing. And that's another reason that I haven't wrote because as much country stuff, because I have a few songs in my head, but I need somebody to help me get them out because I don't play. The only instrument I play is the drums, and I can like chicken pick out some stuff on piano, but not good. I can convey an idea. That's about it.
Well,
But Greg's a really good musician. He's way better at me, but he gets me because everybody speaks their own language musically,
right.
and it's to go write with some random person. It's almost like you got to learn their language before you can even learn to speak. And it takes more than the day of just going sitting down. And you might happen to write something, but probably ain't,
Yeah, nah, I feel you. Well, you and Greg are like brothers, man. I mean, like you said earlier,
Yeah.
you guys have been rocking out forever. I know he joined on with Three Doors Down, I think, on your third album. He hopped on when you had your third album. So, yeah, I mean, you guys got a huge history together. Out of curiosity, did Greg play any of the instruments on Wicked Man? Because I know you wrote the lyrics. But...
He played the bass and guitar. No, the drums and guitar. But him and Marshall, our engineer up at the studio, he does monitors for Craig Morgan, and but he used to be our guitar. He used to tech for us somehow. But Marshall's a great engineer, and he done a really good job engineering that record too. Because excuse me, because you can. I mean, our studio is sufficient for sure, but it's not fancy at all. But they done a because you can A/B it with some of our old records. Damn, that sounds way better. I mean, it sounds way better than some of our older recordings, and those were made in high dollar studios, you know,
Right on.
and even for back in the day, I mean, recording stuff they still used back in the day stuff. It sounds good, but they took a little and made it sound so good. And Greg, he played the guitar and the drums. I wrote the vocals and sang the vocals, of course, but we got a guy to play the strings and got a guy to play the bass, and they kind of elaborated on. But Greg very much directed them in what to play. He done that a lot.
Very
I was
cool.
really proud of the work he done on that.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, you know, he showed off some skills that I think Three Doors Down will definitely be taken more advantage of. But I know you got to get going, Brad. I wish I had more time with you, man. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I know you've got your media rounds to make, talk all about Wicked Man, and you deserve all the attention in the world because everybody, you know, Brad Arnold, he really has an amazing voice. And this song is awesome. It's perfect. Again, it reflects the times that we're in right now. Think about it. Really listen to the lyrics. You know, let them sink in. I think it's awesome. Just some parting thoughts, Brad. Anything new that we can expect out of Three Doors Down as a whole? Obviously, you got this solo, you know, song out right now, but
Yeah.
we got new music that we can expect anytime soon?
Not for the time being,
Okay.
except for what we were planning to do this year. It would kind of be new but old that would be out right now, but we're just going to hold on to it until next year. So we got signed as a result of our local radio station down in Mississippi playing Kryptonite, and that's, you know, we weren't trying to get signed. We were trying to get our stuff played on the radio, and that's how we got signed, because it was successful there. But so that version of Kryptonite, which is essentially the same, was on our demo, and about half of those songs went on to be on the Better Life, but about half of them didn't. And so we're going to re-release with the when we do the tour, re-release the Better Life and re-release those songs along with it. And so that'll be out. We might even wind up putting it out later this year. But they're old songs, but but maybe some songs that people haven't heard before, and they're definitely old kind of. You can see the roots there for sure.
Right on, right on. Oh, and before I let you go, I want to give a shout out to the Better Life Foundation. You are an awesome humanitarian. I think it's awesome what you're doing with the Better Life Foundation. I know that's got to be, it's like 17 years running right now, if I'm not mistaken.
It's going on, and we're having to skip it this year for the first time, but we'll be back on it next year.
Awesome.
But man, we're just a catalyst. All that's through our fans, and a lot of people work on it really hard, a lot harder than me. You know, but I'm just glad to be a part of that, and I'm really thankful to be a part of the Better Life Foundation. It's allowed us to do a lot of great things around, and for anybody who wants to contribute to that, I can assure you that we really pay attention to what we give that money to. We don't just waste it. That was one of our goals going into it. Is like, we don't waste the money. We try our best to give it to like grassroots things, the stuff that don't really have like a lot of behind the scenes cost. You know, that way the money gets used. You know, and so yeah, we're gonna keep that thing going, and I'm glad to be a part of that for sure.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, Brad, thank you so much again, everybody. I'm
Thank you,
Scotty
brother.
J. Yeah, you're watching Rock Titan Live, everybody. If you enjoyed this podcast, which I have every confidence that you did, make sure you go out to youtube.com/Rock Titan. Give us some love, show a little, subscribe, and, you'll find us on social media and all that good stuff. And make sure you go out to the Better Life Foundation, show them some love, contribute to it, because Brad's doing some amazing things there. And again, we're here with Brad Arnold from Three Doors Down. Brad, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
All right, man. We're Rock Titan Live. I'm Scotty J. We're out.